I won't lie to you, there's a song I think in episode 4, it's been stuck in my head, hasn't left. It's really good. What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking the brand new series that dropped this morning. That is Julie and the Phantoms. I did get a chance to watch this a few days ago. I know I'm a bit late on this review. We're going to talk about it. I need you in the comments section. And of course, a spoiler-free review. Really excited to talk about this. Let's get into it. So Julie is a teenage girl who finds her passion for music and life with the help of a high-concept band of teen boys who have been dead for 25 years. Julie, in turn, helps them become the band they were never able to be. Oh my goodness. So the name of note here is a very recognizable and familiar name from Disney. That is Kenny Ortega. Now, Kenny, he is a guy who has given us movies like High School Musical, that entire franchise. Recently, The Descendants. I didn't get a chance to watch that, but I was excited for this because of him, and I know that at least he understands the kind of genre that he's giving us, but also because I think the talent here is really good. Madison Reyes, who plays our main character in Julie, is awesome. And I mean, she steals the entire show. Obviously, her name's in the title, but her chemistry with this band of these members that do take a second to kind of warm up and get accustomed to the world that we're living in today. Obviously, being dead for 25 years, that means they have a lot to catch up on. So you do get that out of place, out of time style humor, but you also get some really sweet, lighthearted, and somewhat wacky moments. Now, if you're not sure on what the tone is going to be of this series, if you've seen it, you know. But if you've not seen it, it is very much that. It is lighthearted. It's a bit wacky. It does kind of feel like a higher budgeted, better filmed Disney show or movie. And I know that sounds bad, but honestly, guys, I mean, this is the kind of show that I grew up with. So getting something else like this of a higher quality, I think is something that kids are really going to appreciate, but not just kids. Teenagers, it is that coming-of-age vibe that you're getting all throughout with the inclusion, the incorporation of incredible music. I mean, like, awesome music, whether it's the band playing and a little twist that comes in when they all play together, because obviously Austin, Julie and the Phantoms, how are people going to see them when they're performing? But they do give us a nice explanation, or at least something that allows us to believe this. It is believable. Again, does the humor hit constantly throughout the show? No, it doesn't. I wasn't laughing as much as they wanted me to laugh, but I was buying more into the emotion and what comes with the character of Julie, kind of her backstory, dealing with what happened to her mother and how that plays into her family life. That was my favorite aspect of this show. I thought that was great. Because once her mother was gone, she kind of lost her passion for music, but then she gets the ghosts that show up all the way from 1995. They appear in her old music studio, or her mom's old music studio. So that's when Julie kind of feels her passion, her love for music try to reawaken. She's trying to start singing, start writing again. She tries to get back into the school that she had just left, and we understand why she left. But now it's trying to take a lot to convince those to let her back in, even though, again, the circumstances, it makes a lot of sense. So that's when they create the band, Julie and the Phantoms. And the explanation of allowing everyone to believe that they're actually playing together is great. The backstory, finally letting some people in on the secret, throwing in a little bit of Hannah Montana, like, oh, I know the secret. And of course, you have following your dreams. That's kind of what High School Musical was all about. So Kenny Ortega, he's been here before, discovering your own voice, but it's also kind of embracing what life has to throw at you when you're faced with tragedy. And that's the deep story that I think a lot of people are going to take home. You also have really good performances. Now, I do believe the band members at first, maybe not all three of them, but there were one or two times within the first episode I said, I don't know if I'm buying this style. It may be a bit overwhelming because honestly, I think it's just the demographic. It's built for an audience maybe a bit younger than I am, but it is a show that I believe all families can watch, especially parents with kids, maybe even kids who are a bit older. I still think you're going to appreciate it. I do think it's a show that's going to hit everyone, but not everyone is going to like the style of the show. And I think that's important to get out there if you're considering whether or not to watch Julie and the Phantoms. But if you want really good performances, great music, a bit of a wacky show, kind of harkens back to what we used to get on Disney Channel, but much better quality in my opinion, This is a show worth watching on Netflix. I truly believe that. The episodes aren't too long, it's fun, and once you get into the musical numbers, I believe episode 3 or 4 is the first one, and it's that song I was talking about earlier. That's when it really started to hit its stride for me, and overall I thought Julie and the Phantoms is a nice little show on Netflix, a nice surprise. And before I get into my score, if you guys enjoyed this review, if you'd like to see more Netflix-centric videos, let me know. We're trying to do that every single weekend on this channel. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, all the things that YouTubers often say. But as for my score, let's go with 70%, a 7 out of 10 for Julie and the Phantoms. A nice little surprise. I had a good time watching it. Did have a screener, so I stretched it out for about a week, but oh man, this could be easily bingeable, and I wouldn't be surprised if you guys haven't finished it already. You're the best. Check out my other videos earlier today. I'll see you guys very soon.